Here's my updated skincare routine as someone who suffers from eczema, perioral dermatitis, extreme sensitivity, and lack of hydration now that I'm in a very dry climate. Okay, so what I used to do was double cleanse every day. So I would use this in the morning and at night. But now that I'm kind of finding a better routine, I don't double cleanse with that one. So in the morning, for just like a quick, just like rinse you off to get the old skincare, like the old skincare product off in order to put new stuff on for the day, I use this guy. The texture is very different. So you see how it's like kind of opaque and it doesn't foam or anything like that because it's not trying to pull anything out of the pores. It's just kind of rinsing off. Okay, so I just did a quick rinse and I have to use lukewarm water instead of hot water because my POD is like heat triggered. So I can't use saunas or steam or anything like that on my face because it causes everything to break out. I do have a cystic pimple right here, but that is null and void of my skincare because that is hormonal. And don't try to tell me that my cystic acne is anything other than hormonal. I've been to several dermatologists. I've gotten blood work done. It's just my hormones. It's how my body is. I take medication for it, spironolactone, whatever. Okay, so in my skincare, what I used to use was just these two things, and they're still amazing and I still use them, but I added a few more steps to my routine. So if you saw my video of me using the Peter Thomas Roth under eye gels, then you know that my skin is so extremely sensitive to any actives. So BHAs, AHAs, glycolic acid, retinols, all that stuff. It caused a systemic allergic reaction because it was too strong. So I broke out in hives, my under eyes, my eyes were swollen. I had to go to the hospital, whole ordeal. But now, and I was going to try all these things and I have been for 4 days before showing you. And I already noticed a huge difference in how plump my skin feels because I did not want to just be here's products that I'm trying with you. I wanted to show you that, okay, I tried them and they work. So to start, since I can't use aggressive actives, I'm using these. So they're these little pads and it comes with these cute little tweezer things. And, oh, I pulled too many. So these guys are mild. And when I say mild, I mean mild. If you have sensitive skin, they do not affect you in any way negatively. My skin is notorious for not liking anything. And I've been using these and I've noticed a huge difference in the texture on my cheeks and my forehead. I used to have a lot of little bumps over here and those have gone away since I started this new routine because I feel I'm just stripping the dead cells and everything a lot better than I was with just using my lotion before. Okay, so that's what this little pad does, is it just kind of strips off your dead skin cells without adding too much heavy, active, harsh ingredients to your skin. And it has such a clean smell. Not that there's fragrance in it because it's sensitive skin friendly. It's not fragrance, it's just the product itself smells so clean. Okay, and then this guy has Sika in it, which it helps with all the redness because I have such bad redness right here. And then obviously wherever it's inflamed. And so this just kind of helps with inflammation and prepping the skin to absorb all of your moisturizers and everything. Now I don't use a little pad for toners. I put it in my hand and then I pat it on like that. Okay, then going back to my traditional what I used to always do and still do, but my little 2-step routine that I've now added more steps to just for the sake of my skin health. I do this Lancome. It's the eye and lash concentrate. So I used to use Obagi Newsel's eyelash serum, but I also have an allergic reaction to that. It makes my eyelids swell, it makes them crust and ooze, and I get really bad dark purplish blue lines around my eyelashes. And a large part of that is because it has prostaglandins in it, which actually eat away at fat cells. So by using that eyelash serum, I was taking away the fat around my eyes, which is what can cause all that wrinkling and a sunken in look. So I just use this for my eyelashes, and because it's a serum technically, but also skincare, it helps to reduce all that redness or purple, as well as help lengthen your lashes. It's literally a double win. Okay, and then I started using this one and I already noticed a big difference in how sunken in and dark my under eyes look just in the last 2 days. I use it twice a day. I don't know if it says you're supposed to do AM and PM or just AM? It doesn't say, but I use it in the morning, and then sometimes I'll even double up and use a little bit more right before I do my makeup. It just works so well because I have such bad bags under my eyes all the time. It helps with like that tired look, with that like crepey looking skin, if you know what I'm talking about. It's like that like wrinkly looking, like the big divots, you know, which I have, which a large part is due to genetics. It's just, you know, how my skin is, but this saves whatever I can, aside from whatever genetics has like screwed me over with. Okay, and then again, my traditional triple lipid from SkinCeuticals. I always just use this because in such dry climates, my perioral dermatitis will get really, really bad. So I just do a little layer of this everywhere. And by the end of this, Ambro always says that I look like a low glazed donut. Okay, and then the last thing that I do that literally fully seals in everything, and when I would use just this, I felt like my skin kind of, like it would absorb everything, but it wouldn't stay that like bouncy, springy skin all day. It would kind of fade halfway through, especially if I didn't have any like makeup and stuff on, which sometimes my makeup, because I use setting spray, can seal everything. But with this guy, it is the hyaluronic moisturizing capsule cream. So it has sodium hyaluronate and panthenol. It looks like this. Hold on. So it looks like this, like it has these little dots in it. So I always try to like scoop a little dot with it. And then when I put that on my face after I use the SkinCeuticals, my skin stays springy and glowy and bouncy and beautiful and youthful for literally, yesterday there was like a full 6-7 hours that it stayed so moisturized looking and feeling. That's the biggest thing, is I feel like my skin actually absorbs everything. And then I have that, like, you know how they always like do that when you see like little ads or something, and they're like doing this and it's like actually springy. I've noticed a huge difference in my skin since using this. So it works. I ain't just blowing smoke, you know. And I know people are probably like, this is just promotion. It's not. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm just showing you things that have worked for me as someone who has dealt with really, really sensitive skin. And I can never use all those like fun scented whatever products. But with these products, I actually notice a difference in my under eyes, in my skin, and my texture. Like I have no texture on my cheeks anymore. They're literally so freaking soft. This has always been a trouble area. So I'm still working on figuring that one out. But as for the rest of my face, I feel like I've finally dialed in, like getting this glowy, soft, bouncy, you know, skin. And I mean, I'll be 30 in 2 years. So I'm going to be trying to ride this train as long as I can. Also, Medicube is Korean skincare, and I swear it's just so much better than like, I mean, not SkinCeuticals. I love this. It's my baby. But like other skincare, like I've tried all of those, like those watermelon toner drops and stuff. It caused breakouts. It caused texture. I've tried, you know, everything, literally everything under the sun. The only products that I've tried that aren't Korean skincare that don't mess up my skin are SkinCeuticals and Dr. Dennis Gross face masks. Other than that, these things have become like the best thing in my routine. So we have the PDRN Pink Peptide Eye Cream, we have the PDRN Pink Cica Soothing Toner, and then the Hyaluronic Moisturizing Capsule Cream. And then if you want to have like a mild little exfoliant, I only do it in the morning. I do not do this at night because I use the foaming cleanser from La Roche-Posay at night. But I use this in the morning just to kind of dust off whatever, you know, was staying on my skin when I slept. But that is my full skincare routine. Every single thing I used, again, not paid promotion. I just wanted to help you guys out if you also suffer from eczema, perioral dermatitis, just extreme sensitivity to actives. But that is all, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.